some fireworks out of the news cycle where the quarterback that we talk about the most for America's team, turns out he's got a secret injury. Photographed in Cabo wearing a walking boot.
Oh, he's really trying to keep that secret.
Well, Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News confirmed that, yes, this is Dak Prescott. Yes, he's in Cabo, and yes, he's in a walking boot. Watkins writing that the injury isn't serious, and he's worn the boot for about a week. A foot sprain. Brew, is this something or nothing? You got to think it's something, since we've made a huge deal about Micah Parsons' podcast and Malik Hooker taking issue with it. Now, Dak Prescott, who's on the last year of his contract, the Cowboys refused to play him, and now he's walking around with an injury. God forbid you did 8 minutes when a piece of tape was on Joe Burrow's calf. How can you let him play? How could you got to sit him down? You got to put him on ice.
Can I ask you a
Put
question?
him in one of those huge things.
At the end of that,
make it cold.
At the end of that pier, was it a football field or was he going on vacation on a boat?
I don't know. One piece of tape was on his calf.
Yeah.
Exactly.
During practice.
The guy is walking around in a walking boot.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Something or nothing?
I think it's nothing. I really do. I think it's nothing.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't know that he's getting paid anyway before the season, right? So I'm not thinking the Cowboys, we were going to give Dak that $60 million a year. I don't think that was happening. I think he's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd like to know how he did it. I'm guessing working out, but I'd like to know how he did it. But look, we saw him come back from serious injury, and they paid him.
Yeah,
so this little minor thing, though.
Wild,
I'm sorry,
you go.
Wild.
You're passionate about
this.
this.
You think it's huge.
Yes, because I was on Hobble Watch, I'm on Wince Watch, and I'm on Walking Boot Watch.
Okay.
If Patrick Mahomes is in a walking boot, I'm paying attention. Okay. If Josh Allen's in a walking boot, if Aaron Rodgers took off his shoe and was looking at his foot.
He has a severed Achilles tendon.
Well, it was the other foot.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that. I forgot about that.
And we still thought it was a big deal.
Yeah.
I am on Walking Boot Watch.
Okay,
and when a guy's in a walking boot, guess what?
What?
Front page news.
Okay, so
of Walking Boot Weekly.
I knew you were going to say that. So, but what's the practice, since you're passionate about this? Wilds, for the record, America, wanted us to lead the show with this.
Yeah, America's team on July 4th. That my editorial.
What's the practical impact?
Nobody knows.
See, so
I don't know. It's got to be wearing.
Right, no.
Certainly, I just saw Tom Brady running around on the beach at Michael Ruin's party. And I saw Micah Parsons running around the beach. If Micah Parsons tomorrow at the white party has a nice white outfit on and a walking boot, we're leading the show with it.
Again,
that would be something.
If the answer was, like, Chris Stapps was in a walking boot for an injury that necessitated major surgery.
You're thinking major surgery on the
So
board?
when I first saw him in a walking boot, my eyebrows raised. When I read Calvin Watkins and Ian Rappaport's report that it is a mild foot sprain, then I am no longer concerned.
Right, unless that report is wrong.
Correct.
Then it's not that big of a deal.
Exactly.
I'm not saying it's a huge deal.
No,
you know what's better than a mild foot sprain?
Your
no foot sprain at all.
histrionic said it's a huge deal.
Packers running back Josh Jacobs on NFL Network's The Insiders said he's expecting great things from Jordan Love. He has all the traits and all the tools to be a superstar in this league as he keeps continuing to play and gets experience and becomes more confident in his abilities for what he can do. He's going to be the next superstar in this league for sure. Brew, are you buying Jordan Love's superstar?
Well, the only thing I didn't like about what Josh said, and I like most of it, was the wording at the end. The next superstar. There's a lot of guys in line for that. Now, I like one of the next superstars, but C.J. Stroud is actually, I think, ahead of Jordan in terms of that next superstar. All right? Justin Herbert, some already think he's arrived, but with Jim Harbaugh now, your boy Caleb Williams, kind of my boy too. And yeah, I'm going to say it. Brock Purdy.
There it is.
I'm just saying, Brock Purdy is inching up there.
How many superstars just off the
No, all I'm saying is these are guys that are kind of in line and vying for
like
that.
as if there were a club.
If there was a club superstars,
they would be in line.
But he said it like the next, like there's only one, and he's like almost like he's gonna be the next Mahomes. No, he's one of that group that has a shot to be the next superstar. But I don't think, Nick, you can overstate how good he was over those last 8 games. The 18 touchdowns, the 1 pick, he beat Kansas City. He beat Detroit. Chicago, which had played well at the end of the season. He beat them. And I like what obviously they were young last year, so you just expect guys to get better. Josh Jacobs replacing Aaron Jones, so you got A.J. Dillon still. The receivers, he's got great chemistry with. They're good and talented. And I think their defense will improve. Some of the additions, Xavier McKinney, that was a problem in their defensive backfield. They got him. So the team is they're a legit Super Bowl contender to me. I might even pick them.
Wow.
Might.
You're going to pick
so
the
Niners.
They're picking the Packers. Can I say something?
I might. You don't think I might pick the Packers?
I'm willing to make a pick right now on July 4th about your pick.
Yeah.
You are not picking the Packers.
Put your money where your mouth is.
You don't bet.
Maybe in this instance, how much money you going to give me?
You're not going to pick the Packers to make the Super Bowl.
You're going to pick the Niners, but it's fine because you're a Brock Purdy guy.
You don't like Brock Purdy?
I do like him. I'm just saying that doesn't mean I'm going to pick him.
No, I just had a graphic. I just extended it out. I know you said last 8 games. Yeah. This was last 12 games that he had. You forgot he had wins against the Rams, the Chiefs. You mentioned the Cowboys. We're counting the playoffs and the Lions.
So we can show either Wild's graphic or my graphic. It's either one, pop them up. There it is. So here is my. I think this is great. I think that it was, and we can now kind of transition to mine, a tale of 2 seasons.
That's Wild's.
That's Wild's, and this is mine.
I was going to ask why you went 12 games. Because it was the 8 that he.
Yeah, but it was the last 8, and then he did it by month, I think, more. If you do the last 8, but then add the playoffs, okay, well it's gone now. But what you saw there is, he was the first half of the year. Yeah. The discussion was, oh man, did the Packers make a mistake?
Figured it out.
Right, and correct. And I'm not knocking him at all. And I thought he played brilliantly against the Cowboys. Like it wasn't, and I understand that game is more known as like a Cowboys meltdown. But if you remember some of those at the line of scrimmage checks he made, some of the passes he was brilliant in his first career playoff game as a huge underdog. It is a tiny sample from a guy that doesn't have a built-in large sample of high-level college, the blue chip prospect type of thing. What are you smirking about?
Go ahead.
No, I'm just being serious. Like CJ is a small sample, but CJ was a superstar at Ohio State.
Yes.
To me, so it is. It would be as if, I'll use Trey Lance as an example, in that if Trey Lance had played a full season and was mediocre for the first half, excellent for the second half, I think you would be more skeptical than if Caleb has the same thing this year.
Sure.
Because Trey played at one double or Division II, whatever it's called now. And so I don't think all the young quarterbacks who have shown flashes are going to all be excellent.
I agree.
I know you don't. And that's totally fair. You're trying to be a smartass, but I'm going to give you credit.
He's talking about the Prince.
He's talking about the Prince. That's fine. I think Caleb's going to look excellent. CJ, we saw look excellent. You mentioned I forget who else you.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert's to me older than those guys, but Brock Purdy. You know, I think.
No, you wait a little.
Right.
I've even been a little patient because.
And so I think that right now. and it's not like a fun thing to talk about really because it seems so negative. I am curious which of these young guys that have shown superstar flashes is going to have the massive regression year. Like,
it's not super fun.
It's not a fun topic, but inevitably, one of them, not all of them aren't going to be awesome. And so somebody is going to have the really bad stub your toe year. And I'm curious, like, I'm not saying I'm picking it's going to be Jordan.
Didn't we see it? Last year?
Right, but I'm talking about for this year. Last year it would have been Trevor because he got hurt. Yeah, that's fine. But I'm talking about of the guys that we haven't seen struggle. We haven't seen Brock struggle. We haven't seen CJ struggle. We haven't seen Jordan struggle, in those last. Right. Yeah. I don't think all three are going to be excellent next year. So we'll see. The history tells us that somebody's going to have a regression year. I don't know who it's going to be. That's all. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.